Anthony woke up in the morning and suddenly found himself in such a bizarre world. Open the refrigerator inside the mold as if it had life. Casually turn over the design is full of traces of decay. Look up to see the ceiling as if it had become a black hole is staring at him intently. When T carefully out of the room door can also meet next door limb-broken neighbor. Scared him to run. Running downstairs and looking up a more than a shocking scene came to him. The whole city has become a twisted ruin. The streets and alleys are full of traces of decay. People are also mutilated as if all the laws of physics have been disrupted. High-rise buildings and highways upside down, broken, surrounded by dead quiet. Just as Anthony's heart trembled in fear, a black liquid monster suddenly jumped down from the top of the distant building, extremely fast with a huge scythe-like claws toward him. After a loud noise, several heavily armed men suddenly appeared. It turned out that they used the cannonball to save Anthony's life, and before they had time to talk about it, they all hurriedly began to run for their lives. The leader of the William kicked the street lamps flying. Anthony watched in disbelief. They ran wildly all the way to the end of the road, directly pushed Anthony down, but directly to the lively streets. A few people continued to flee forward, lifted a curtain in front of the eyes of another dilapidated bridge, as if the two worlds are connected together. Come close to see actually to Venice. Anthony wondered if he was dreaming. They ran to the bridge without hesitation to jump, but fell directly on the roof of the upside down. At this time the black monster also chased up. Anthony hesitated but still gritted his teeth and jumped, but did not have good control, almost fell. But fortunately his companions pulled him in time. But the monster is still in hot pursuit of everyone had to hide behind the stone columns. They have no way back. At the critical moment, a companion with a grenade rushed out ready to die with the monster. Another loud bang finally slowed down the pace of the monster. We took the opportunity to safely evacuate. On the way, Anthony curiously asked where this is, only to learn that he was originally in the real world because of a car accident coma into this strange space by mistake. This world is actually pieced together by the memories of those comatose people. The reality of once someone falls into a coma, the consciousness will take with it into this strange space. For example, if someone remembers a tree will grow out of thin air. If someone remembers a bridge, the bridge will also appear here. All the things in the memory will take root here. But once the memory begins to blur and forget, these things will slowly decay and disappear, which is why the world will be messed up. And those monsters that look scary were actually originally people, but they have already become a brain-dead vegetable people. Anthony, with a baffled look on his face, got into a dilapidated bus and followed the hidden passage to the survivors' stronghold, where a group of survivors who didn't want to go back to reality were gathered. Each of them had their own supernatural ability. Some could detach themselves, some could heal themselves, and the captain's masterpiece was the immense strength, and he could clench the cannonballs in his hand with a casual grab. In order to stimulate Anthony's potential, everyone hammered him as a sandbag and sent a robot to beat up Anthony. But Anthony's superpowers still have not been forced out. The crowd is quite disappointed. Only Chris think otherwise. Anthony decides to follow the captain to go through the world, because only in the life and death of the supernatural powers may be awakened.